Good afternoon, students. How are you? This is Geography studying lesson for grade 11 students, lesson 2. Question number 13. Which geographical area is known with the source of metallic minerals in Ethiopia? Which geographical area is known with the source of metallic minerals in Ethiopia? A. Areas where sedimentary rocks are deposited. B. Dominant areas of igneous rocks. C. Areas of the metamorphism process. D. Areas of layer-characterized rocks. Igneous rock is the crystalline basement complex rock which was formed during the pre-Cambrian era from the eruption of volcanoes. So, the correct answer for this question is B. B. Dominant areas of igneous rocks are the metallic mineral sources in Ethiopia. Question number 14. Which of the following geological period is known with the extinction of dinosaurs? A. Jurassic period. B. Triassic period. C. Cretaceous period. D. Tertiary period. From these four distractors, Tertiary period is not the period that categorized under the Mesozoic era. So, Jurassic period is the first and oldest period of Mesozoic era that predominate from 250 million up to 118 million. Whereas Triassic period is the second largest period of Mesozoic era that is known with the period of 180 million up to 135. Whereas the third and the last period of Mesozoic era is Cretaceous period that is dominantly known with the period of 135 up to 17 million. During this one, the first large mammal known as dinosaur was extincted. Okay, so the answer is C. Question number 15. Which of the following geological time scale was known with the breaking of Pangea in the Laurasia and Gondwana land? Pangea was formed during the second largest era of Earth's history, which is known as Paleozoic era, and it was broken into two during Mesozoic era. So, A. Paleozoic era, B. Mesozoic era, C. Precambrian era, D. Cenozoic era, TCZ. The single huge landmass known as Pangea was broken into two continents of Laurasia and Gondwana land during the Mesozoic era. So the answer for this question is B. Good. Question number 16. Which of the following statement is correct? A. Oceans covers 97% of all the water on the earth. B. Glaciers and polar ice caps covers 0.6% of the earth. C. Oceans covers about 71% of the Earth's water body. D. Underground water covers 2% of the Earth's water. Can I give you a chance, students? Would you try? Okay, let me give you a second. Good. I hope you have got the answer. So, as you have answered it, the correct answer is that oceans covers 97% of waters on the earth is the correct answer. A is. Question number 17. The climate of southern hemisphere tends to be more moderate than northern hemisphere. This is because of A. Southern hemisphere is found to the proximity of southern ocean. B. Endowment of large land mass ratio than northern hemisphere. C. There is large ratio of water surface than northern hemisphere. D. Southern hemisphere prevails ITCZ than northern hemisphere. Do you remember, students? We have discussed a lot about this issue. Okay, the land water ratio of northern hemisphere is 1:4, which means large land mass is found at the northern hemisphere, while the land water surface ratio in southern hemisphere is 1:5, which means the water surface is more wider than that of land masses. So there is large ratio of water surface than northern hemisphere in southern hemisphere is the correct answer. As a result, the answer is C. Question number 18. Blank is a huge area of land mostly separated by water body. A. Antarctica. B. Asia. C. Planets. D. Continents. Good. Continents are a huge area of land which is mostly separated by water body. So the answer is D. Continents. Question number 19. ITCZ is located around A. At low pressure zones that receives the most heat from the sun. B. At high pressure zones that deflect the most heat from the sun. C. At a polar zone where temperature is low. D. It is located everywhere, every time. Good. As you remember, we have discussed about ITCZ by saying that ITCZ moves with the movement of overhead the sun. When the sun is found or overhead to the northern hemisphere, the ITCZ is also found in northern hemisphere. When the sun is overhead around the equator, again the ITCZ is located around the equator. So usually it is found at a low pressure zones, which means between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer. So the answer for this question is A. Good. Question number 20. Which of the following is true about highland climate? A. Altitude increases. temperature increases, rainfall increases. B. Altitude increases, temperature decreases, rainfall decreases. C. Altitude increases, rainfall increases, temperature decreases. D. Altitude increases, temperature remain constant, rainfall increases. So, as altitude increases, the temperature becomes decline and precipitation or rainfall increases. For example, as we move from the lower areas of the sea level to higher areas, the altitude increases, but the temperature becomes decreases by 6.4 from each of our 1000 movements. So the answer for this question is C. The amount of energy or the fraction of incoming sunlight reflected by surface is called A. Infrared, B. Ultraviolet, C. Albedo, D. Insolation of the sun. I think you have got the answer, students. The answer is albedo. Albedo is the amount of energy of the incoming sunlight which is reflected by a surface. So the answer is C. Question number 22. The type of rainfall prevails in tropical wet region for 6 degree north to 6 degree south is A. Frontal, B. Relief, C. Orographic, D. Conventional. Conventional type of rainfall is the type of rainfall which is found in warm areas of equatorial region where there is high temperature and high amount of evaporation or high intensity of evaporation. So the answer is D. Question number 23. Why is the Köppen's climate system becomes most extensively utilized? A. Because of its strong alignment to vegetation and the soil. B. Because of its base on habitability. C. Because of its strong alignment to cloud effect. D. Because of its position to outlook of environment. The answer is A. Question number 24. Which of the following is Köppen's climate classification criteria? A. Natural vegetation, temperature, and habitability. B. Precipitation, habitability, vegetation. C. Temperature, precipitation, natural vegetation. D. Habitability alone. The answer is C. Question number 25. Because of its simplicity, which of the following climate classification technique is more popular among geographers? A. Greeks, B. Triwartas, C. Köppens, D. Griegers. Triwartas climate classification technique is more popular among geographers due to its simplicity. So the answer is B. Question number 26. Which one of the following criteria is not used by empirical classification system. Students, can you identify or differentiate the empirical, the genetic, and the three waters? Good. Empirical climate classification, which means the Köppen climate classification. So, in a Köppen climate classification, A. Perception of habitability in zones is not used. B. Temperature is not used. C. Precipitation is not used. D. Air mass, it says. So, in empirical climate classification system, A. Perception of habitability in the zones is not used by an empirical classification. Question number 27. Which classification system combines the fundamentals of the empirical, which means, as I have told you, the Köppen climate classification and the genetic climate classification? A. Simplified Köppen. B. Three waters. C. Modified Köppen. D. All. Three waters classification system combines the two fundamentals of the empirical and the genetic, the Köppen climate classification and the Greek climate classification. So the answer for this is B. Question number 28. Which one denotes hot summer and the third order subdivision in mesothermal climates? A. B. B. C. C. D. D. Hot summer is denoted by A. Hot summer of third order is. So the answer is A. Question number 29. The region's climate is categorized as savanna with equatorial westerlies and ITCZ dominating in the summer. ITCZ dominating in summer, and the dry trade wind or the subtropical anticyclone is dominating the anticyclone. Dominating in winter is A. Tropical wet and dry climates. B. Monsoon climates. C. Tropical wet climates. D. None of the above. Okay. This is tropical wet and dry climate region is known with the ITCZ dominating in summer and the dry trade wind or anticyclone dominating in the winter. As a result, the answer is again A. Question number 30. Which of the following schemes of climate classification is more difficult to implement and less successful? More difficult to implement and less successful, it says. Good. A. Genetic climate classification. B. Köppen climate classification. C. Three waters climate classification. D. Gregor's. Genetic climate classification is more difficult to implement and less successful. So the answer is A. Question number 31. Which of the climatic regions are influenced most by the migration of ITCZ? Migration of ITCZ is commonly known with or within the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer, low latitude areas. So, which region is influenced with this migration? A. Tropical wet regions and tropical wet and dry regions. B. Dry desert and steppe desert regions. C. Polar ice cape. D. Mediterranean climate region. Tropical wet region and tropical wet and dry regions are low latitude areas which are more affected by the migration of intertropical convergence zone. So the answer is A. Question number 32. Which of the climatic region is mostly influenced by upper air stability and subsidence? Upper air stability and subsidence. A. Dry desert and steppe region. B. Mid latitude summer dry. D. Tropical wet and dry region. C. Mid latitude desert and steppe regions. So dry desert and steppe regions are mostly influenced by upper air stability and subsidence. As a result, the answer is A. Question number 33. Which of the following is incorrect with the increase of altitude? Remember the previous question. Again, this question has the intention of the previous question. Which of the following is incorrect with increase of altitude? A. Lowering the air pressure. B. Temperature decreases. C. Receive much less precipitation. D. The air cools down as heat increases. As altitude increases, air pressure becomes lower. Temperature also decreases. The air also cools down as heat increases, but precipitation is not much less, much more. So the answer is C. Question number 34. Low latitude climate zones includes all of the following except A. Tropical wet. B. Tropical wet and dry. C. Dry desert and steppe zones. D. Mid-latitude wet region. Mid-latitude wet region is temperate region which is located between 23 and a half up to 66 and a half. So D is not categorized to the okay. Number 35. The primary rain for Mediterranean climate region comes from A. High latitude cyclones during the winter season. B. Mid latitude cyclones during the winter season. C. From polar ice. D. Coastal areas of oceanic region. The mid latitude cyclone during the winter season is the rain fed for Mediterranean region. So the answer is B. These are all about today's your revision lesson. Students, thank you for your attention as well as for following my channel at GO Lesson 17 Dear students, don't forget subscribe, share to your friends and like. Thank you my students. Thank you students family. Goodbye students. Goodbye.